just gonna give my streaming software a second to catch up with me, and I see it going, so I hope it is going. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a full party once again. Hello, hello. And I think we're actually getting towards the end of this arc of the campaign. Um, I don't know if there will be another arc after this one. It sort of depends on what my lovely players here do, choose not to do, and whether they want to keep playing. So, with that being said, let us start with introductions, and I'm going to be a bit evil today and say we're starting with Sunny K.
While I'm leveling up.
It gives you more time to level up.
Hi, some of us were road tripping through the Americas last week, so we didn't have time to do things in the order that others did, but no matter, we'll make it work. My name is Sunny K. I am a musician, and I am playing Yuka, who is a half-elf druid. She is the steward of the Lord Bestial and the Lady Verdant, the Witch of the Woods, and right now, she is God knows where, because I certainly don't.
I do. After
Thanks,
that,
God.
you're welcome. After that, we are going to throw it to Feather. Feather.
Hi, I'm Feather. I'm playing Throgyn, a former dwarf, artificer, artillerist. I got turned into a bird by scamming people, and now I got scammed twice.
Yay! Character
Um,
growth.
and I am so sad about it. Yeah. I hope I won't kill another human.
Another?
I feel bad about the tragedy. I don't know. I know I didn't kill her, but you know.
No, that's fair, but Throgan doesn't know this. Yeah, okay.
No.
May, who are you and what are you playing?
Hello, everyone. I am May. I am playing my lovely half-orc Fig, who is a cleric comprised of conspiracies. And let's say he's sort of fed up with a few things right now. It's a little irritable, little sort of like, oh, this might as well happen as of this moment, because he does remember saying to the figure that the next unattached person they should talk to a tragic DM, but it does sort of slip one's mind occasionally. Also, for a fun background, if it's okay for me to say who Lise was,
Yeah, go ahead.
that Lise was a player character at one time, so I'm in my mind I was like, this isn't gonna happen, but yeah, it's an NPC now, so it would happen.
It's a player character. Yeah. Yeah.
I was specifically told, don't worry about it. Normally, I don't play other people's characters, but this won't be an issue.
To be fair, I did ask you what she would sound like, what she would want to do. I was fully planning on playing Lise. Things happen. Changes occur. Anyways, Rose, last but not least.
Hi, I'm Rose. I play Cam, a changeling who's currently looking like Throgyn used to, because that's funny. Um, I wasn't there 2 sessions ago. The last session, I spent most of the time confused, and at the end, I figured out I'm not on strings, and I'm not sure why. So let's talk to Light, I guess,
Yeah.
and figure out what's happening.
And with that, I think I am going to send us right into the game. So, where we last left off, you were all 3 minus Yuka. Okay, Yuka, I love you. You are right behind your little portrait here. So I'm just gonna move you for a second.
I'm hiding. No, don't move me, please.
Okay. You are standing in a void. It is a void of pure blackness. Every direction you look, you can't make anything out. No shapes, no shadows, no nothing. There are 3 of you. Then, there is a tragedy. long, lanky, black as if wearing a morph suit, with a single white porcelain mask on its face. No eyes, a small circular mouth. There is also a being that is giving off light. This being is roughly humanoid, stunning in every way you could imagine, mostly in that she draws your eye towards this figure. This being is light. You see no depth, but you also don't see a lack of depth when looking at this being. Meanwhile, as you look at the tragedian, in the corner of your eye, they seem stuffed. Two humanoid shapes sewn together, stuffed with, thread clippings. Yuka, you are walking. Last you remember, you had been stuck in a dungeon, a tree that was distinctly unnatural, taking up space there. You begin walking, fully expecting to wake back up in a cell, and you don't. Instead, you regain consciousness in this blackness, this void. You see standing there a small, brindle fox. Well, you've gotten yourself into quite a pickle, haven't you?
It appears so.
Do you know what's happening?
I have an idea.
Good.
The picture isn't full.
Be quick about it.
Is she all right?
Yeah, she is.
Hey, Valentine, I just want to talk. Turn on your location real quick.
You know exactly where I am, my dearest Sunny K.
Ah.
You told me to make her less sick, so I did.
She's got this, she, knows it's natural to feel emotion when something really terrible happens to someone or something you care about. But it's, it's a liability when you are a wild animal. And she's trying really, really hard not to, let it slip. But I think it cracks through and he sees just how terrified she is for him.
The fox in front of you jumps for a moment. And as it's midair, you see it transform into a hare that bounds up to you and presses its soft fur against your ankle. You're okay, Milktooth.
I will die, and I will become the soil and the fungal network and all beyond. You are not supposed to do the same.
And as you say that, the hair against your ankle falls. And you see that it was nothing but a stuffed toy the entire time.
Single tear.
In the distance, you see a light with 3 silhouettes in front of it, 4 silhouettes in front of it.
She's gonna power walk over.
You 3 see Yuka power walking towards you.
Her eyes are red in a way that is very atypical for this woman.
Lady Yuka, you're here, wherever here is. Re- did you come from the that old, I don't know, stone dungeon?
No. I'm here now.
Certainly. Um,
So she sees the tragedium and is Fig still holding? No, it's up now, right?
It's
no,
up. It's up.
It's up.
yeah.
God, that'd be great. This whole time is just
No,
with the
it was.
with
It'd
the
be
mask
rude
and
to
the
drop
face
them.
and the reactions all the same.
Um,
And the glowing figure of light.
Yes.
mhm.
Cam, you see that Yuka
Yuka,
is on strings.
but only Cam sees the string.
Only Cam sees the strings. If you would like to roll perception, you may roll perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Cam is simply
so
built
Yuka-
differently and has a feat.
Cam is built differently in that has succeeded on the sanity check, but has failed on the intelligence check.
Yes, correct. I love how that one hit
Um,
Feather specifically. That's really good. I love targeted jokes.
Anyway, so Lady Good, this we did rescue the gnome from the tree. Uh, Unfortunately, our past actions have come to haunt us, and
Clip it.
I point to the tragedium.
Well, I suppose it can't be helped.
Yeah, it it it's there. And then Cam, and Throgyn, I know this is a little new to you if you're seeing, and I just gesture toward the big like light thing.
The big lady.
So, Throgyn, Yuka, Throgyn, you do not see any strings. Yuka, you notice that the tragedium, again, it looks like a puppet. Even when you look directly at it, it looks like a poorly constructed stuffed puppet, almost like a finger puppet for a child. You don't see strings on this puppet per se. Rather, it almost appears as if this thing is being piloted via. It's a force from within the puppet, but it is not originating from the puppet, if that makes sense.
like a sympathetic magic kind of thing.
Yeah, more like that.
Okay. Yuka is gonna pull one of her strings.
You don't see your strings.
So does she? So she sees it on everything else, just not
Nope.
herself.
You see no strings.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I
Sorry, you're okay.
misunderstood.
You see no strings.
Okay, so
Interesting.
just clarification: is Yuka the only one who also sees the stuffed doll vibe?
Everyone
Or
sees
can
the
everyone
stuffed
see
doll out of the
Yuka?
corner of their eye. Yuka is the only one who sees it looking directly at it.
She's gonna. Is there like a visible seam? Or
Yes, there
like,
is.
Okay.
All the way
well,
around,
let's-
almost as if it's like drawn two-dimensionally, there's a seam around the outside.
She's gonna drag her finger over it.
As you drag your finger over the seam, Yuka, what is your
Do I-
wisdom?
Hmm?
What is your wisdom?
Like my current score.
Yes, like your current wisdom stat, please. I think it's 14, but I
It
just
is
won't know.
16.
Oh, it's 16. Great. Perfect. Then I don't feel bad about this. You could lose one wisdom.
Hey, what's your fucking damage actually?
Don't worry, you're going to get more information. Yuka, as you brush your finger over this seam, everyone is going to start to see the tragedium's arm begin to unravel. Yuka, Cam, you both see red colored polyfill inside, like red colored stuffed animal stuffing. Throgyn and Fig, you both see this begin to unravel, and instead of having sinew or flesh or anything like that, what you both see is you see words begin to spill out of this creature. pages upon scrolls upon writs of written word in this. It's this red ink that's been so tightly written together that you can barely make out the background white paper anymore.
Can I make out any of the words?
You can, I think. Fig, it's not that you can read this language. Looking at it, you have never encountered this language before. It's none of the ones you know, it's none of the ones that you know you don't know. However, looking at it, you are able to understand the meaning of these words. Almost as if you've encountered basically translation magic before. It feels in your brain very similar. These words describe enter stage center, ginger gnome, hooked nose, navel, unconscious. The bird approaches, removes necklace. Transform costume, on stage, tragedian. Stand up. Do not dance, do not move. Respond to scene. Convey answers. Exit stage left.
I look to the right and I'm just like,
You see nothing.
what's over there?
You see nothing. Would you like to roll me anything?
So, Cam and Yuka can't see this, but Fig is picking something up to read it, right? Or are they just like looking at what Cam is stuffing?
Yeah, I
And
just
then
looked
looking to the
closer. I
right.
think I didn't want to pick anything up.
I would like to pick something up.
You can absolutely pick something up. You can pick it up?
Do I need, can I pick up the entire thing or should I pick a few words?
So if you want to pick up the entire thing, you can, but you're gonna be like collecting it for a while. It's up to you.
I would
I'm
mostly
gonna
like
need
to try to pick up this.
Yeah, you can
I
absolutely.
would like to pick up the leave stage left thing.
You immediately pick up leave stage left, and I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw from you.
I hope. Wait,
Heart.
I'm dumb.
Yuka,
always
Sunny
managing.
K, I will let you know you are going to get that point of wisdom back, just not immediately.
Okay.
I love you. I'm not permanently, making your character
No,
worse.
No, it's fine. It's just like I'm still leveling up because I'm used to doing it on paper, and when I do it digitally, I fuck up every single time. So like I was in the middle of choosing my spells and was like, this screws up my count.
Oh
Because my wisdom
no.
score changed.
Oh no, I
The
forgot.
modifier changed, my account changed. That's fine.
Oh boy, yeah, that'll do it. So Throgyn, that's a 10.
That's fine.
That's
Uh,
10.
Throgyn,
That's very good.
you begin walking to your right.
That's not stage right, is it?
Is my right?
It's
also
exit stage left.
It's exit stage left.
Oh, okay, okay.
Even if I don't have hold it in my hand anymore.
As soon as you drop it, you stop being forced to walk.
There was a sentence in there about the ginger.
Yes.
What was the sentence again?
Enters lights up center stage, ginger gnome, hooked nose, navel. Unconscious.
If I pick up that part, but maybe not the unconscious part. Wait, I first want to think about
You like
this. Can I do an arcane check on what I think?
Gotta get another character sheet ready. God damn it.
Yes, you can do an arcana check.
Okay. Wait, Arcana is +6 after leveling up. That's good.
That's so
18.
much.
Damn.
Fear.png.
I have an 18.
You have an 18. With an 18 arcana, you are going to learn many a thing. The most important thing being, it seems like you were just under the effect of like a command spell. That's weird. That's really weird.
Yeah.
You are also going to notice Throgyn, or maybe Yuka would notice this because Yuka has the perception. How Throgyn started acting once he picked up the words is exactly how the tragedium used to move.
Mm-hmm.
It's that same sort of internal direction. Throgyn, you also notice that when you were holding that paper, all of a sudden you like there was this tiny, almost like spider web, gossamer pressure that loosened around all of your joints. Now it's back.
Like in a good way or I
It's in a way if you never felt it before, it wasn't painful, it wasn't pulling you, you don't think? But as soon as you picked it up, you realized that all of a sudden that small, just like heaviness was gone. Like you sagged into yourself a little bit more. It was just, it's not bad or good. It's just, oh, I didn't notice that.
Mm-hmm.
um with what I've experienced, what do I think would happen if I picked up the ginger birds?
If you picked up the ginger words, you can imagine one of two things happening. The first is being forced to, in whatever way you can, mimic this description.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is it might physically transform you into that person in the same way that the tragedium is sometimes like superimposed on top of a different person.
Okay. What I would like to try to do.
Yeah.
There was also the give answers section, right?
Yeah.
I would like to try to cut out the give answer without touching it
Okay.
and then throw it at the light.
Oh. Oh, hello. I would like a sleight of hand check from you to see if you can cut it out without touching it. And then I would like a ranged attack roll, if that is successful.
Mm, um, I didn't manage to do it without touching it. But do I have it now or do I not have it at all? I have
You
it.
will still have it. However,
Mm-hmm.
you are not going to be able to throw it immediately because a funny thing is going to occur. How does that sound?
Great.
Great.
Another wisdom check.
No, no wisdom check needed. Because I'm going to go off your previous
Okay.
wisdom check for this one. Rogan, once again, you feel that weight sort of. Again, it's not a weight. It's just it's there. It's like almost like a bracelet around your wrist. You just feel it loosen and sag a little bit, and you feel all of a sudden very, very willing to give up any answers, any secrets you have. Yuka, Cam, you both notice that Throgyn is being like piloted again.
But by the polyfill?
Yes.
Yuka's gonna try and read what specifically he chose.
No,
Yuka,
we
you
can't
can't see
as
it.
letters.
Oh,
We
wait,
see it as the stuffing.
is he holding something in his hand though?
He's holding polyfill. He's holding
Okay,
like
she's gonna
dyed red stuffing.
then she's gonna look at it to see if she can like interpret a rune, because like
Ah,
she is a
fair enough.
diviner.
No, that is fair. That is fair. Give me an
Arcana?
arcana. Give me an arcana.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, Throgyn looks ready to give answers.
Spill your guts, Birdman.
Birdman.
That's an 18.
I prefer my guts inside of me.
Yuka, as you are looking at it, again, it's not that you can read it, but as you're looking at it, the polyfill that Throgyn is holding, you can start to recognize that every single fiber of this is inscribed with something. And you get the very distinct image of your brain of give answers.
Throgyn,
Yes.
why do you steal?
What?
That is
Oh, I don't see how that's
I've had a very
currently
hard childhood.
relevant.
I've had a very hard childhood. Sometimes you don't have parents that are there to take care of you, and then you have to steal little bits, and then eventually you get into like, okay, these people are not going to take care of me ever, and you need to make a living. You need to make a living, and you don't have a lot of skills, and then you just do things. and then you try to convince people that they should take care of you anyway because you're just a tiny dwarf. And I still do it because I'm so used to it, and I've never gotten over that.
She puts a hand on his shoulder.
I look over and I see Throgyn's holding Fluff, and I try to like
Fig, you still see the
nudge,
words. Fig,
like
you see the words.
yeah, I like see him, and I'm like I like twist his hand with the in it, like his arm in it, so it hopefully falls.
Throgyn, would you like to have this work? Would you like to have this succeed?
I want to throw it.
I know you want to throw it. Does Throgyn want to?
Yuka also
if
feels
I-
like it was.
If I drop it, would it fall into the other red?
No,
circle?
no, it would be separate. It would still be separate.
Okay, so I could easily pick it up again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yuka
then I
also
drop it.
feels like what she did was unfair, so she holds her hand out and offers him to put it in her hand.
So Fig twists Throgyn's arm a little bit, and Throgyn does.
I
Sort
do
of-
not drop it into your hand.
Throgyn drops it, and you see it begin to flutter to the floor.
I try to catch it, but now without touching it.
I'll say that you can do this. You have gloves. You are an artificer.
Wonderful.
Um,
If I glance through the corner of my eye at the light beam.
yes. It's still
does
light.
Is it looking at me?
It's light.
That's a really weird thing to ask. Throgyn, it's light. It is casting itself everywhere all at once.
It's kind of like an Panopticon.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
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 Okay. I tried to make the ranged weapon attack. How do I do that?
Crossbow. Just crossbow it.
I can also use a blowgun.
You could also use a blowgun. This is true.
No, a crossbow.
Also, which one of you has he items? I think only Throgyn.
Yeah.
I have items.
Oh, you also have items.
That's a
You're right. You have items.
What items?
I rolled a 22.
Yeah. I'll say. Okay. Throgyn. You shoot or throw or whatever you wish to do. And as it gets close to the being in light, you see it's not an arm per se. It looks more like a beam. Just a beam of light, of directed light comes up and catches basically the fletching end of the arrow. Sort of pulls it down so the words are on the top. And the figure looks at it. Clever bird. But you can also always ask. And basically just sort of takes it and like presses it into the light itself, where you see both the words and your bolt disappear. You are fairly confident that this has the effect on the being of light that you were hoping for. However, you also get the very, very distinct sense that this was the same type of magic interacting with itself. So you don't know how much, like, you don't know necessarily if it will be fully truthful answers.
Guys, I kind of had a plan, but now I don't know what questions to ask. I'm not very good at this.
You put the cart before the horse, didn't you?
Why do I not have strings?
I can be a bit impulsive sometimes.
Yep.
What do you mean, Cam?
You called me perceptive.
Because you are.
Yeah, I know. That's not the point. Point is, they've got strings, you've got strings, that one's a stuffed puppet. Why am I not on strings?
Why would you have strings, dearest Cam?
Because everyone else here does, or there's a puppet.
Well, you're not a puppet, are you? Why would something that's not a puppet have strings?
Because it's not fair that I don't have a string.
Do you wish for
Can we-
them? You all hear this, but you do not see the strings.
Mhm. I like do like the pass over my head like a puppet or like a magician that brings up someone to like.
Fig, you feel nothing.
Are the
No.
strings what made my joints feel weird?
Oh, little
I
bird.
know. Oh. Can I try something?
Who
Go
are you
ahead,
asking?
Cam,
Oh,
you have
hello?
yeah,
Hello?
or we can hear
Yes?
you.
Hello?
Okay, everyone froze for me. So
No!
I thought my Wi-Fi died, but I think it's good. I
Mhm.
just lost all the cameras now.
Okay. Mhm.
But I wanted to try something if I could.
Yeah, of course, go ahead.
With Fig going like this, do I see like the strings move at all, or are they like not tangible to Fig?
You notice that when Fig moves their hand, the strings that are like on the arm move with it, but Fig's hand
Mm-hmm.
seems to be able to like pass through the ones like around his neck on his shoulders.
Can I like get close to Fig and just pull on one on the ones like holding the hand together? See if I can touch it.
Yeah, I'll let you do that, but I will need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-huh. Saving throw.
Yeah,
Hello?
Cam,
Respond.
I,
Here we go.
I guess you can. Can you? Do you have
Well,
like?
I mean, natural 20 plus 6.
Oh,
The amount of times I have set a DC in my head of like 30, only to have one of you roll a natural 20. This has happened, I think, 3 times in this campaign so far, and it is infinitely funny to me every single time.
get good.
Oh my goodness. It was this, it was calling out rocks, like Hagwitch illusion that Fig did. Oh, what was the anyways, the nat 20s in this system.
Mhm. Mm.
Give me 1 second. Somebody in chat was telling me the audio was off.
Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Oh shit, what do I do now?
No,
Nope, you're good. No, it wasn't you, it was me. It was my fault. It was my tech difficulties. So, as you watch and you reach up, what string do you go to grab?
Like
I sort of reach
the
out
one
my
that's like
arm
on
in
the
hand.
wrist, just trying to
So.
like the one that would do this, like the
Cam, you reach out and you can feel in your hand just again this tiny, thin, gossamer thread. Fig, you immediately. Well, it's not that you feel tension on your wrist, more so it's that you're no longer piloting that part of your body. If Cam sort of pulls up, your arm goes up on its own. And if Cam sort of drops down, your arm drops down a little bit as well. It's very strange. You're not in control of your like wrist down right now.
Mhm. I use my other hand to poke it.
and I dropped the string.
Ooh,
And you
okay.
have control again.
Uh, yeah, that was.
String!
Hmm.
Why? If
Yeah.
anything, Fig is the smarter one among us. Why am I not a puppet? But apparently Fig is. I just asked the light person.
I did not say you were not a puppet. I asked why. I simply asked If you do not have strings, why do you think you're a puppet?
What?
Are you a puppet, dearest chamomile?
They're real people, and I'm a real people.
Of course you are.
I saw you didn't hear that.
I basically just called you chamomile. The important thing was I called you chamomile.
Ah, yes, fun.
Yeah.
Love that name. What? Just Cam.
Sorry, Cam. But of course you're a real people.
Who or what is it exactly that pulls our strings?
Is it a Faye thing?
I will answer Cam's question first, for Yuka's will take longer. No, it is not a Fae thing, Cam. Yuka, who is asking
I
that
don't know
question?
how else I differ.
What?
Who is asking that question, Yuka?
I don't know what you'll let me do here.
What do you want to do here?
In the dark recesses of her mind, the part of her that's been making connections that something is bigger and suspects that there is something much larger and she is but a plaything in someone else's game. She's going to try to reach out to that which pulls her strings,
Oh boy!
which is a 20-something musician from the Midwest.
So, you all. First of all, Yuka, because you're doing this willingly, you don't get to make a save. Fuck you.
Okay, that's fine. Listen, if I could look God in the eye and God was surviving off of potato chips and microwave meals for the last 3 days instead of contacting her family, I'd be fucked in the head too.
Oh boy, okay. Oh, that was my one. We're PG-13, that was my one. Yuka. Actually, let me describe what Yuka sees. Because it's very easy what Yuka sees. Yuka sees nothing. Yuka hears nothing. Yuka stands, and you all see Yuka standing. However, you all see Yuka begin to stiffen. Slump. Not slump, but fall. Almost like a Barbie that's been put down.
Can I try and catch Yuka? Like, I've got a strength of nothing. But
You can. As soon as you make contact with her, you notice that she is still standing on her own. It's almost as if the life that was inside of her is absent.
oh,
Cam,
God,
did you mess with other strings? Cam, did you?
I didn't touch Yuka. I didn't touch Yuka. I didn't do it. Leave me alone.
Sunny
Kill
K,
her.
you are still aware of everything that is happening in this scene. And Yuka will maintain those memories.
So I can still see me the human person made of flesh.
Yes.
Okay. Hey girl, what's good?
What? No, sorry. Sunny K, you, the person, maintain memories of this scene that is happening here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yuka does not see, but Yuka will remember, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Heart.
Yuka just
Bean,
watched
did
the
you kill
DVD
Yuka?
like recording.
No, I did no such thing.
What happened?
Yuka is realizing the severity.
Yeah, how about you tell us
What
the
is
severity?
happening?
Do you wish to become like her?
Throgyn it's the if you ask
I mean,
too many
Yuka is a very
questions, you
admirable
get
person to be.
too many answers. Um, and sometimes too many answers are bad for the brain.
You have many answers. Your
Yeah,
brain is
and it's
still
bad,
fine.
and it's bad for my brain.
It
You
seems
know this.
As you
different.
say that, Fig, Throgyn, you catch a glimpse of a book, just barely visible, where Fig's bag's flap has ridden up. It's old. It's large. You don't see any title or anything on
Should be able to see the color because I have two different books on me.
it. This is the rose one. I'm very specifically thinking about the rose one here.
Mm-hmm.
The rose one.
I know this
Rose
might
one.
not be the moment. Well, what's that book you got there? Is that where you get your answers?
Uh, no, that's not where I get my answers. No, we remember we went to the library and we went to the other book, the one that Yuka, um, did you look? I think she read it for the value of reading a magical artifact. Um, yeah.
So what's this?
Can I insight check? Fig?
Absolutely, you get insight check,
That
Fig.
sounds suspicious.
Fig,
I
would you
will
like to roll me
also.
deception?
Yeah.
Or just choose not to, also valid.
No, I want to. I think it'd be good.
Sunny K,
Mm-hmm.
Eh,
Yuka feels cold. Such an absence that she's never felt before, not even in the pod. Not even when she was dead. This is an absence of truly nothing exists. There is nothing here. She should not exist here. This is beyond fungal death. This is truly still. There is no life here, and there never was.
Sorry, I invented you. I'm trying to make you have a happy ending, I guess. It's
Yeah.
kind of not all up to me, though.
Cam,
yeah.
you and Throgyn both know that Fig is lying through his teeth.
Yeah. No shit.
You've never seen him reading this book. However, Cam, you have seen this book before.
Is
Cam,
it
you're
the merchant book?
Cam, you're pretty sure this was a book that the merchant had given you the first time you ever met him.
What does he have to do with it? Oh, wait. What?
Oh, he has many things to do with it. But why do you bring him up?
I'm just thinking. Don't worry about it.
You,
Can I just like not like to hurt, but like to wake up, like slap Yuka's cheek, like, hey, yo, you need
as
to wake
you,
up. You're the
as
smart
you
one
do,
here.
as you do. Sunny K, would you like Yuka to go back?
I think her body will react to the physiological response, but her consciousness is still out.
Cam, as you touch Yuka, you feel that she is warm. You feel that she is still breathing. However, whatever was in there, whatever part of her soul made her Yuka, it's gone right now.
Oh, that
Not,
hurts my
not gone
feelings.
forever, just right now.
I have to borrow you for a little while. Just a little while.
Ah, so anyway, let's go back to um so that one should tell the truth. And also that's we have we do have this here and I like just like pat the tragedian like straight in the face.
He immediately like wobbles like a Jenga tower. You must remember this man is still
Right,
bleeding right next to you.
right,
No, he's
this, and
fully healed.
I like grab out to like stabilize it again.
You just like you feel a very like spindly hand just grabbing your wrist like, oh
Right.
no.
Right, yeah, no, um, yeah,
He lets go of
Um,
you when he's stable.
yeah, so anything we ask of, um, them is going to be just wildly confusing. If we could go back to, um, I'm completely vamping to try to get the attention off of my book.
This is so funny.
That
I
so
don't know if they'll give us any answers anymore.
Watch this. He's scrambling.
So I think
But-
maybe we should look at a book because books have the answers, right? Because I gave
mean,
away
it's
his
only-
give answers tag, so I assume he doesn't do that anymore.
The tragedian bows very shakily towards Throgyn.
you gave it away? What? That's
You watched me give it to the light.
yeah, but I didn't.
I don't know.
I wonder
Maybe
if he
one
that
asks
back?
nicely, she'll give it back.
I just asked.
Or can we have a second? Can you make us a new one that we can give to?
Cam, you see something begin to flutter out of the sky from above you. It floats next to the gossamer threads of Throgyn and Fig. You see that Yuka's threads have been cut and lay slumped over her body.
Oh no.
And landing on the floor next to you is a single text that reads, "Give answers."
Why is it paper? Okay.
It's paper now.
I'll just. It's paper, apparently. I'll
Anyway, I
just,
like-
Can I scoop it and just give it to, like, reach out, like, whoever wants it, please?
Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I touched it. I touched it, and I'm not gonna roll a save.
Then
I'm
you
just
will
trying
be
to-
compelled to give answers. Throgyn, you
Yeah, fair.
see Cam basically, again, be sort of captured and piloted a little bit by that magic you feel.
Cam,
Give that
let's
to me, please.
let's get that off. I take out one of my quills and I just sort of like.
Yeah, I have a gloved hand. I just try to take it.
Yeah. If
I
Cam
don't
gives
feel
it, you,
left.
you take
I'm
it.
not holding on to it.
You take it.
I take it. Yeah. Would you like to hold it? I would like to know some things about the book.
I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, we got it from the merchant person, so he would have more answers than I would.
Okay.
'Cause it's sort of
merchant
an
has a book.
artifact that he's involved with. But yeah, here I hook the
I give it to the charge team.
the thread
Put it
and I
on
like
his face.
He just like moves a hand up and like takes it out of your hand where you've pressed it against his face.
mhm.
Oh, you this poor tragedy of just getting abused.
He's gonna give answers, but you're not gonna like him, I think.
Yeah.
And he's just holding it like in his hand. He looks at you,
Oh,
Throgyn,
thank you.
expectantly.
Mhm.
Fig is really good at asking questions.
They look at Fig.
How do we stop people from transforming or a tragedium from ever appearing again?
It cocks its head and it puts a little bit of like a sassy hand on hip.
Yeah.
That is a bit of a rude question, yeah.
Before reaching out his hand towards you, Fig. Not the one holding the paper, the other hand.
Yeah, I might as well go on another vision quest.
Take my hand, boy. Take a young sinner's hand.
Fig, you know, slap that tragedium. And you were immediately pulled into a dance. Cam, you have done this once before. Throgyn, you've seen Cam do this once before. What
Cam's
happens
jealous.
is Fig,
Can I roll for how good I'm dancing?
if you'd like to, roll me dexterity.
DM, is
Or
it too late in
performance.
the campaign to find Cam a monster boyfriend?
No, it's not. It's never too late.
Okay.
Uh,
I hope Yuka hears all of that.
absolutely, Yuka does.
Yeah, because I wanted Fig to be really bad at dancing, and he is.
And he is. Cam, you watch as Fig is pulled into a salsa. Very fast.
Oh no.
Very, very energetic.
Poor pig.
You can tell that this tragedium has quite a lot to say. Mostly along the lines of, you want me to never exist again? Okay, first of all, how dare you? Second of all, from a man with this level of panache. And Fig is not keeping
You're
up.
cooked.
And Fig is not keeping up very well. Most of this really seems to be Fig is being thrown around in spins, in dips, mostly because Fig is not able to keep on his feet by himself. Fig, what you see?
I want to, Cam, if I want to see how what my strings are doing as I'm dancing. If they're just like
That's actually very easy. The strings have moved. Where before the strings went straight up, the strings have now moved over towards first the tragedian, almost as if they're hooked on a pulley system, and then towards where the strings on light disappear. Fig, what you see is you see your conversation, the previous one you had with the being of light, where you had asked to speak to a tragedian before. You hear the words that you had spoken, the request you had made of the next person who could host a tragedian to allow this to happen.
Yep.
You are then flashed forwards to Throgyn taking the necklace off of Lise. Taking the necklace off of the gnome whose name you don't know. And then you are flashed forwards to what looks to be a contract being stamped as completed. You all of a sudden, Fig, feel in your mind's eye that fog begins to roll in again. However, this time, while the fog is mustard colored, there is a tinge on the outsides
Of purple, you say?
Do you look into the fog?
Was it purple?
Or do you look past it? It
You
is
did
purple.
say purple though. I missed the word purple. Okay.
Purple. Do you look into the fog or do you look past it?
Fig's tired. He's had too many entities. He'll if there's like, I would say if there's anything like a shadow of a body in one way or the other, he'll look toward a figure first.
What you're going to see then is you see a figure. Short, about a quarter to half the size of a standard human. And you look towards it. You see a merchant. A merchant whose face you don't know, but whose mannerisms you certainly do. Fig, you see strings on him. You see his wrists, his shoulders, his knees. Every joint has a gossamer thread. However, you see that they're tight. Some of them are loose and he has wiggle room. Some of the others almost constrict blood. You see that he stood there and he tries to speak, but you are unable to hear. He waves his hand and you watch as he conjures a book. is a book. It is old with an embossed rose on the cover. The pages inside that you can catch a glimpse of, simultaneously blank and filled with knowledge. You then see the three eyes of your deity. However, instead of seeing irises and pupils in those eyes like usual, they are fogged over.
Did I ever see pupils? I don't know about that.
I don't think you ever saw pupils. There were irises before.
Okay.
They are fogged over. Not quite like cataracts, something more severe than that, something more permanent, more lasting. Magical, mundane, who knows? Possibly both. Probably both. You hear a voice in your head, one that you have heard many times before. Some secrets are not meant to be shared openly. And you see those eyes sear themselves into the back of that book, snuffing out all light that was reflecting off of it. You see that the merchant puts a single crow's feather in the book as a bookmark, closes it, and you see a tiny piece of moss growing out of it, alongside a clay dragon sitting on top of the cover. Meanwhile, sometimes they are meant to be shared to others. And Fig, that is when your dance ends, and you are back in your body. Cam, you watch as these strings immediately snap back towards where they were above Fig before. Yuka, you have felt something change. Would you like to go back?
Yeah, I think it's time for you to go back there.
Yuka, you do not hear that.
That's fine.
The last sentence you do not hear, as you wake up to see Cam above you.
Welcome back.
Yuka, you see all of the threads, including the ones over Cam. They all seem plastic. Your friends.
This is so fucked.
Hi!
There are steps that can be taken here, but I don't know what to do. Does she... So have we made the connection? Have she... I hate you for doing this to me. Have she and I made the connection?
What connection are you talking about, my dearest Sunny K?
Does she know who I am?
She doesn't know who you are, but she did hear your voice. And I would say that she has a very general understanding of musician mid-20s.
In the most grim sense of the word, I have met my creator.
Congratulations.
And I heavily
What we're gonna do about
encourage
it?
you all to meet yours.
What have
So what drugs do I need to take?
You need not take any manner of psychedelic or intoxicant. You only need to look for them. I do not know who yours is, but I know who mine is. And I do not think I detest her. But the feeling is adjacent to what one could call loathing.
Oh, no. Are you okay?
Big doesn't want any other interactions with weird extra planar beings, so he's gonna
This is
sit
not
down.
optional.
Yes, it is. Uh,
Yuka, I think you need a
uh,
wisdom saving throw because Fig is not that assertive most of the time. That is a joke. That is a joke.
I would happily do a charisma saving throw instead because I think I don't think that's enough to like whoa, but I do think it's enough to knock her off her game a little bit.
Honestly, do that. Also, you do get that point of wisdom back. Have fun.
Thank you. I will. My attack rolls are stronger now. I'm sorry, her attack rolls are stronger now.
anyway,
Hey,
yeah,
DM.
Yeah.
Fig's gonna sit down on the ground, cross-legged, and just like he's gonna open up a few of his a notebook at least, and start writing uh queries as rough drafts.
Cool. Give me 1 second. Rose, what were you saying?
You know how I told you that like I love the convoluted plans you had for like other campaigns and that I'd love to be a player?
Yeah.
I didn't expect to be this fucking confused most of the time.
I cannot stress enough. I am the Pepe Sylvia gif where I'm standing in front of like the red string corkboard like 90% of the time.
I know you have a gimmick, and I'm trying to figure out what the last goddamn gimmick is. Because for the life of me, I cannot put it together. I have no. For you are my brother, you have been in my family for 7 goddamn years. I cannot figure out what the hell you are doing here.
I
This
promise.
close, I know I am, but I cannot figure it out.
I promise there is a connection here. I promise you there is a connection here. Sunny K, to you specifically, the first time you met Light, you learned about the connection. Anyways, May, what are your queries? Fig, what are your queries?
No, Fig's like literally writing down all questions where it's like who? I should do a who question. I don't know about that. And then I write down how. And I'm like, that doesn't help me very much for how to do no. And then I go to like why, and I'm like, I cross out why really hard.
We don't want to know why. Why will kill us.
We're not doing why. And then I go to a when, and I'm like, what's that gonna do for me? We're in a nothing space. Time doesn't matter here. I take out my pocket watch. I
It's
see
just going
that
in
time
circles.
is moving forward. Yeah, exactly. So I cross that one off too. And then I go to a who. That one gets circled, maybe. That's a maybe.
Okay, okay. So we have what and who.
Maybe we can ask about how to fix the disease. Maybe Light knows that. Can I call
do.
you Light?
If that is what you wish to call me, that is
If there's something else you want me to call you, that's also. I
My
don't know.
name-
What are you?
My name is not one I give out. Though, to at least
But I
one
gave
of
us
you
a
here,
nickname. I use Cam.
to at least one of you here, I believe you know my name already. And Yuka, you get the very distinct sense that you are being witnessed in that moment.
Is it? Hold on. I've got a question.
Yeah.
Is this the great old one?
Not quite.
Okay.
It is he's patron. You are correct. It is he's patron.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Why he's so annoying.
Okay. Okay.
This is your boss.
Throgyn, I have
Yeah.
unfortunately forgotten your question because I was distracted.
How to fix the disease?
Right. Your friend has already asked this. Looks at Yuka. Looks back at you, Throgyn. You
With
have
all
every...
with all sincerity, the answer I was given then was so vague. I have not pieced it together since I was told.
You have every tool you need right now
Oh yeah,
to
that's what you
end
said.
the disease.
Do I need
Yeah.
her to fix the disease?
That is one possibility. There are many. The answer
Wait,
depends on what you are willing to
wait,
sacrifice and what you want
wait.
to do. Yes, Yes, Cam?
You said we have everything we need to solve this right now.
Yes. Yes, you do.
You're here right now. Fix it.
Good idea.
And the laugh,
Got him. Solved it.
and the laugh you get is a laugh of like twinkling bells, twinkling stars. I suppose I could. Though, is that truly what you want?
I prefer people to not be themselves. People having memories is generally good for people.
What
That's fair
consequences
enough.
would it have if you did it instead of us?
Also, yeah.
It would be over.
What would be over?
What?
I just gesture at like everything. Just a whole circle.
The world? The world's
Cam,
gonna
And then I
be
go
over?
back to writing.
Cam, you said memories are good, right?
Yes, how else are you supposed to learn
Would you like
and
some?
grow and be? Did you take any?
No, not of yours.
Whose memories are you eating?
I'm not.
Wait, you're eating memories? I
Hey,
want. What does it taste like?
I'm not eating memories. I simply have a few at my disposal that I could share.
What do they taste like?
You don't,
No, I'm joking. I'll take one.
You once again feel, sorry, you've never felt this before. Cam, you feel witnessed. Cam, all of a sudden, you are in a living room. Living room honestly feels too casual a word for where you are. A salon maybe feels a bit more accurate. It's cozy. You get the distinct feeling the safety of being underground. Not quite in the Underdark, but close enough. You feel long flowing robes swishing around yourself, and a hardened helmet upon your head. Somewhere in the background, you hear the clattering and scraping of animal nails on barrels, and you know that your honey badger compatriot is probably trying his best to knock over the stills again. You walk towards that direction, feet traveling over plush carpet, until you get there, and sure enough, you find your compatriot. Starno's mole? Badger? I don't remember. Unfortunately, I, Valentine, have forgotten. You find your compatriot and manage to scruff him and put him down. Checking the seal, you notice that it was not broken. This barrel has not been, wasted. And you decide to go and check on the sample you had taken out to check content, alcoholic content. It's a strong one, but it's not unusually so. And mostly just for, the sake of partaking in your work. You dip your finger in and lick off the sweet, citric acidy, vaguely fruity concoction that coated it. Cam, your hands are dark purple. And you go back to your body.
Is there any like reflective surface that I could get like a vague idea of what I look like?
You would have caught a slight glimpse of yourself in some of like the glasses that were around. You noticed that you were humanoid. You looked to be a dark elf.
Okay. If it seems like this memory is like played,
The memory has
I
played,
would return to my body.
and when you go back to your body, you feel cold. Not the cold Yuka felt of absence, but rather a cold of frost. A cold of ice clinging to you, eyelashes freezing. It is so cold. you exhale upon returning to your body, and out of your mouth comes frozen breath, mist. Almost very, very similar to how a dragon would exhale.
The other, like, Fig and Yuka's, or Sunny and May rather, clearly do have ideas of what's going on. I'm just like, that seems awfully inconvenient.
Hey May, do you know who that character is?
I don't know. Do you want to ask me?
What's
First,
what's
Fig is not talking to May.
what did
So,
hey May,
gonna
what did
be
Shifty
interesting.
get up to in retirement?
What she always does. What are you talking about?
Anyways, basically, yes, I put a dragon thingy in there, so now Yuka, Sunny K and Fig are like, maybe the scholar needs this information.
Ooh.
Anyways, bonking you both with a spiritual newspaper.
Okay, but, like, that's a fun memory of a random person, but how does that help any of us?
Perhaps you should ask your compatriots. I believe Fig would know.
Fig, do you know any, like,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
forgot the name, cave elves, like the dark colored ones that make, like, alcohol?
Our dark elves are drow. They mostly live in like the Underdark. Are I mean, alcohol like can be made anywhere. That's not. I don't know what.
No. Do you know, you know stuff, you're a nerd. Do you know of any figures that are, like, semi-important that are drow and make alcohol? And they have, like, a pet, something.
They have what?
They have a pet, and I, like, it was trying to open a barrel of alcohol. You know of any alcoholic pets?
I'm. It's like no. My research is mostly based in dragons and the lore of the barrier, and in the
Are there
history
any drow
surrounding.
related to that stuff?
I need to roll for this.
Go ahead and roll for me, Fig.
I need to know. I need to know if Shifty would ever let anyone else know that she's a drow, because I don't know if she would. I don't.
See, here's the
Pretty obvious when you look at Shifty.
here's the fun thing, May. Here's the really fun thing.
Yeah.
Lilia did not hide it.
That's true. Yeah. Too many names.
Yes. So you will get at least one positive. Yes, there was a dark elf involved with the barrier. You may choose willingly whether there was a second one in Shifty.
So it's like, I mean, there are some vague mentions, and I suppose they could be alive. It's like,
I don't know if they're alive. I just know I have a I just watched a memory of them,
oh right.
and apparently it's
okay.
important because, like, light over there pointed me to you.
Okay. It's like Fig is now trying to connect like my research topic and tragediums, and it's not melding in his brain because it's not melding in my brain. Um, so I would say like, yeah, there's definitely a drought figure, but there was no mention of al- al- alcohol. Is that that's what your vision
Yeah,
was
they were twisting a drink.
mentioning?
They're like
Okay.
brewing stuff or tasting stuff. I don't know how to make
Yeah,
alcohol. I just drink it.
yeah, there's absolutely no mention of that. It's like really wish we could I don't know, talk to a gnome perchance.
something.
Yes.
Very bold of you to assume I know anything about what anyone else is planning related to Shifty. Or that I know where she's been for the last 50 years.
No, she appears occasionally. She drops off alcohol at your bar and then vanishes.
Do you think I
It's
drink
not
it?
even alcohol. It's not even alcohol.
It's glühwein at best.
Anyway.
I
Yes, Feather,
try
what did you want to do?
I would like to cut out the ginger description without the unconscious part
Okay. Sleight of hand.
and give it. Yes. Wait.
But all right, let's see what we get here. What do we get here? What do we get here?
That was a
I
nat
got a
20
20,
as well.
a nat 20.
That's really
Wait.
good. If it's a nat 20, it's a nat 20.
That's really good, he said, frustrated.
No. This one isn't
Wait,
as a plan
I didn't
ruining as
need
some
a
of the
nat-
others.
Nat 20 for this.
Yeah, you are very easily able to cut out the physical description of the gnome without the unconscious. You don't even touch
And
it.
I try to give it to the tragedian, like, hey, could you do this?
He just sort of the tragedian. It just sort of reaches out and like takes it from you. And it offers you give answers with its other hand.
I give answers with a gloved hand.
Understandable. And you watch something interesting happen, all of you. The stitches around this figure begin to unravel, almost as if they're being seam ripped and picked and threaded out. As this black fabric, this porcelain mask falls away, you see beneath it a gnome. Pretty standard height for a gnome. Wiry, but very, very clearly powerful, fast. Wearing a naval coat that's hundreds of times been ripped or stabbed and repaired to put it back in good health and good standing. She's got a shock of curly red hair, streaked through with gray now, and a long hooked nose so covered in freckles that you can barely see the natural skin tone underneath. Yuka, or Sunny K, would you like to do this or should I?
Sure. I'll do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Would you stop moving me around? I was there and now I'm here and I was there and I just want to go home.
To your wife.
Yes. She's gonna reach for her sword. How do you have a wife?
Your sword is not there.
Yeah.
She told us about you.
If
Yeah,
the
we were,
elf followed me again. God damn it.
No, we were we talked to her and she was worried about you, and then we found you and we tried to get you out, and now we're
Wait. You went to Baratara and you talked to Rock
yes.
and you didn't get sick.
The there's a long answer and a short answer. The short answer is no. The long answer is it's not possible for us, but it's
Question mark?
possible for others.
Hey, Sunny K, can you roll me a d4 really quick?
Yes. Maybe.
I don't have anything on me anymore.
Hold on a second.
Yes, but 2 other people do.
I know,
Uh-oh.
but I just wanted to say it wasn't my fault.
That's fair.
Wow.
It's not Rose's fault.
Oh.
Backsplash roll d4,
Please?
I think, right?
Okay. Oh.
Ew.
Oh. 2.
What's ew?
2.
Okay. Fair enough. Understand. Continue.
Something happened. What just happened? God, I have such a migraine. Okay. All right.
Oh, if you'd like, and then I will cast Cure Wounds because
Yeah.
I recall last time that you had ribs, um, that were an issue. So
That feels
Upon
a
being
lot
hit,
better.
upon being hit with cure wounds, yeah, you do feel a lot of your pain subsiding. You do feel a bone like snapping back into place before it like heals over and recalcifies. Your migraine goes away.
Appreciate it. Rin's been out of the game for a while now, so we don't have much in the way of healing left. I don't actually know where anyone is anymore. Think it may just actually be me and the kid and Shifty. DeVry, he's been gone for a long time, but I'm doddering again. She always tells me when I dodder, and she's not here, and I can't. All right. What do you need? Why am I here?
I need to know if I recognize the names that have just been said.
You do definitely recognize one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize DeVry because you've
Yeah,
heard it
I
before.
figured. Yep, I figured that's the one I would know.
Yeah.
Did, you we're in a void. Time doesn't matter right here. I show him the pocket watch again.
It's still spinning.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Another one of these. My favorite.
Yeah.
Hey,
You all notice as you're looking at this gnome for the first time, sort of standing up ungooed. The right
How did you
side,
do this?
the right side of her head, as she sort of turns, you notice is shaven. And
Cool.
you recognize Thro- Throgyn. I think you're the only one who recognizes this. You recognize 7 pips, like a 7 of cards, like a 7 in a card deck, shaved ever so slightly deeper into the side.
A cool
Kind of,
shave.
Well, you've got a staring problem, I see. Like, I can't stress enough, this is an old woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's so sick and fed up. She just wants to see her wife.
Yeah. You might be able. Question: Does Lise see the bright light figure?
No, Lise doesn't.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Um. Sorry.
I should
Let's
mention as
see.
well, Yuka's gone still again.
Yeah. What's the matter with your friend?
She. I, I poke, and I'm like, this. Uh, this sometimes happens. I mean, it just happened, and then she's
It
back,
happened
and then
again.
she
Yeah.
might be talking to a higher planar being. Um.
Their creator or something?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry, honey. I didn't mean. Sorry, sweetheart. I didn't mean to do this to you a second time.
but Rock's wife. Sorry, I haven't introduced myself. I'm Jeff Military. Nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, you're called Jeff. I completely forget.
Pleasure to meet you, Jack.
It's right, yeah. That's fine. Um um uh yeah, your wife,
You'll have to excuse me. My hearing's a little shot.
no issue at all. Um so you mentioned Vry. Do you mean, I'm trying to think if he has a title in
He's
this.
my
I
son.
wanna
Yes. Well, one of my adoptive sons.
Do you mean the ambassador, Mr. I'm thinking that would be a good. Yeah.
The ambassador to Elvenkind, yes.
Yeah. Do you mean the ambassador? the ride that carried the bridge between the divided peninsula of y- that that ambassador.
Skullduggery ain't really my field of choice, but boy, he did it well. Yes, that would be him. That would be my boy.
Oh, okay. Because like there's been a lot of children like named after him. Like it, I was just like, yeah. Mm. I think like is sort of like a little shock and awe. Um, right. That one. I like pat all my pockets down to see if I have a flask anywhere because I don't
Oh.
really carry
She
much
she sees
alcohol.
what you're looking for and she pulls out one of her own.
Uh, Thank you. I did like the tiniest of sips, and that's like enough to make me cough.
She tips your elbow back a little bit.
Yep. No, thank you. That's
Frat boy Throgyn.
that's
I want to see Throgyn back when he's a dwarf doing a keg stand so desperately.
question. I must know right now, DM, was Throgyn ever part of the boys?
Absolutely, Throgyn was part of the boys.
It was a compulsory service.
Yes. So yeah, well, we're trying to get you back to your wife, Rock. Um,
Bang up job you're
but
doing so far.
All right, if you're going to be like this, I'm sending you back early.
What?
At least,
What?
at least you don't hear this. Yeah.
He just what's wrong with him? He just went quiet out of nowhere.
oh,
Don't worry about it. People
No,
just kind of space out.
No. I popped into a void with
Yep.
a catatonic, hauntingly beautiful, disgustingly blood-caked woman and 3 strangers after I just did a recursive loop of being trapped in my own fucking basement.
How's your basement? It's a great basement. I love the rats.
It's supposed to be there
Why not?
right.
because I'm supposed to
Did-
have cats that do a pretty good job of mousing the place.
Ah,
And somebody
we-
ate them all!
Yeah, we didn't. Oh,
somebody ate the cats.
Yes! The damn
Yeah.
tree!
Why?
Do you know trees
Oh,
can
I-
eat cats? Because apparently trees can eat cats.
I should have burned down
it's
the
just if you'd like some peace of mind, I did burn the seed. It asked us for a seed to go somewhere, and I made sure to burn it. So, so
The fact
yeah.
that you could even talk to it is troubling. But thank you for
No,
doing what needed to be done.
I didn't talk to it. My friend, my compatriot Throgyn here talked to it.
I am avoiding eye contact.
She is like with a dexterity and aliveness that an older woman should not have. She is like on like crouched down to look at you in the eye wherever it goes.
um,
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Yeah,
You don't fuck with that seed.
I won't. We burned it.
I don't like you, I don't think.
You're just as intimidating as Yuka.
You can change my mind. You got I believe in people's ability to change. I've experienced the life-changing power of it myself. But you have yet to change my mind.
I don't know what kind of
My
people you
fucking
would like.
eye on you.
Throgyn, when you were released by the snow.
She's just looking at him. She's not touching him.
Oh, she didn't touch him? Oh, shame. Never mind
No.
then. Never
No,
mind.
she's just crouched. She's just crouched down to make like a horrifying, intense, too blue eye contact with him.
Sorry, I thought you'd like grabbed his shirt collar and I was gonna say things happen, but never mind.
No.
Oh, shame.
No physical contact this
does-
time.
I don't
Does
think
the
I'm wearing a
gnome have
shirt.
strings?
Say again, sorry?
Does the gnome have strings?
The gnome does have strings currently. The gnome did not previously have strings.
Okay.
You notice they're very brittle. Fraying.
I'm just very confused, and if you would allow it, I would like to jank on one of the threads connecting to the light.
You can absolutely try. However, a couple of things are going to happen here. You are going to need to roll me a physical attack, Cam.
Oh god. Okay, with what?
Strength or dex, whichever you prefer. And then
How do I roll an attack?
use one of your weapon attacks if you have a physical weapon attack.
Yeah, I have a stick, but then I'm attacking with strength, which have I think like 2.
Do you have a dagger or something instead?
I only have a quarterstaff because I can't carry anything because I'm weak.
That's fair. That's fair.
Bummer.
You can also just roll me like a flat like /R 1d20 plus whatever your modifier is.
Can I just roll like a dex check then?
Do you have proficiency in dex check?
I don't fucking know. I'll
So
just attack with the staff. It's gonna
Right.
be fine. I attack
Lise.
with the staff. If it would let me click.
Huh?
As Cam lunges,
Yeah.
you are suddenly
Oh,
whisked
there's
away.
What?
okay. So there needs to be plus a bunch because it's taking the strength.
Sure.
There needs to be +5 to that.
All
it
right,
correct?
so that ends up
Woo!
being a
18.
18. Great. Okay.
It's the flat roll plus the modifier plus the proficiency, right?
Yeah.
I believe it already calculated that.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
did it?
like it did the -2 from strength, but I could choose strength or dex.
Sorry.
Okay.
So to correct it to dex, there's a 5 difference.
So what
Never
happens
mind.
is
Forget.
what happens in this instant is threefold. The first, Cam lunges for one of these strings. Lise, gnome. Old gnome, Ginger. You feel yourself being whisked away. It feels like when you're hit by a riptide. The ground is sucked out from under you. You're sent just tumbling. No idea what's up, what's down.
She goes to protect her neck.
You're gone. Not dead, just gone. Just not here. Yuka. All of a sudden you feel that presence is back. And you watch as Cam grabs to one of the strings on Light's arm. Oh. Well. Isn't this a turn of events?
Cam, are you floating? I want to know.
Good question.
I would say you're not floating, you're still on quote unquote ground. However, all three of you now see that there is a thin gossamer thread that Cam is holding on to. Five.
So is that like the thread that you did with like my arm? Is that
Yeah.
4,
is that? Oh,
3,
that's
Make your choice now.
Why are you
2,
counting? I pull it.
Let go.
1. You sorry, what did you do, Cam?
I pulled it.
as which direction? Question mark.
Just a quick down and then let go. Like if you're doing like the pull rope type situation.
Okay, so I'm gonna need
Like
a
at the carnival.
Constitution save from you first.
Mm-hmm.
As you pull down, you feel tension. You feel very, very strict, like whatever you were pulling against is not giving. And then, when you let go, you feel something snap. Chamomile. You do not take any damage from this. You felt something snap when you pulled. And as you look at light, you realize that that arm is no longer moving. That beam no longer shines. And you all see, this thin gossamer thread fall. And on the end of it, you see one of these black cables. Not a normal black cable. Rather, you see something that looks like an end to these cables.
Cam?
I think
Do the others
that's
see the end
enough.
of the cable?
Leave. And you are all sent
What?
jettisoned backwards.
Hey.
It's
Could
not.
you repeat that last bit because you've been cutting out a
Yeah,
bit?
you're
the last,
quiet, so.
Oh
you
no! Oh
go.
yeah, absolutely. Basically, it was. I think you've been here long enough. Leave. And you are all sent flying backwards.
You cut off again, but I think you said leave.
I did say leave. And you were all
We
sent.
gotta
Did
get you a
the
better
others
mic,
all-
dog.
Please, please, I promise he works. And you are all sent flying
Did
backwards.
the others?
I'll get there in a
Did
second.
the
I'll get there in a
others
second.
also see the end of the cable?
I'll get there in a
What?
second. I'll get there in a second. You're all sent flying backwards. This feels like basically being thrown forward, like catapulted, slingshot forwards. It's not painful, it's just disorienting. And you feel yourselves flying through time, flying through space, flying through somewhere or another. You start to see things. Throgyn, you see a workshop. You see an orb. You would probably also see a merchant. No, you wouldn't see a merchant. You would see an Aarakocra man, pigeon, sitting in a library. Cam, you see your uncle. You see your father working in a field. And you see your room in Ironcliff.
Mm-hmm.
Fig, you see a library. 3 libraries. One in Baratara, one in Hawkshire, and one in Ironcliff, where you wrote most of your thesis. Yuka, you see a forest clearing with a tree stump that had been hollowed out by lightning. You see an orange pod, now vacant, waiting for an occupant. And, Yuka, you see a gate. A gate that leads underground into what you know is Ironcliff. You all feel like you can choose where you land. You also feel like there are wrong choices here.
Does anybody can like? Is there any talking that can go on currently?
You can
or
certainly
we
try
just all-
anything you want to try.
Big is just out of the locations to him. He's gonna go to the one where he met all of the people because it's like I don't know what's currently happening, but going back to the beginning of it all makes sense to Fig. So he's like going to Iron Cliff to meet where we started.
You all
I think-
hear.
I think Yuka will do the same.
You all hear. Where we started makes sense. Ironcliff, meet where we started. It is in two different voices. The second one you recognize as Fig's. You hear Yuka say, or not Yuka say, I'll also go to Ironcliff. It makes sense. Cam, Throgyn, you two still must choose.
My locations were the workshop, the ball, and the library.
Yep.
I also go to the workshop. To the
You go to
beginning.
your workshop. You, everyone hears, I go to my workshop. Cam,
Then you'll hear Cam say, I hope they're okay. I'll be at home.
oh. Oh. And Cam, would you like to remind us where your home is?
Oh, I meant home as in Ironcliff home,
Ah,
not
yes.
No, I'm not gonna abandon them because I saw my uncle and I saw my dad. And I hope they're okay as in my family.
I fully assumed you were going back to your dad's place. I was like, oh, plot twist.
Yeah, for real.
I considered it for a second, but then what?
And you all come to standing in your respective choices. It feels like you decelerate in the blink of an eye. Motion sickness, to those of you who are susceptible to it, comes quickly, coils and roils in your gut. You are, all four of you, in Ironcliff. Easily, you four are able to find each other again. It takes a
I
little
want
bit
to
of
write
searching.
a letter to my dad if I could.
You absolutely can. Would you like to do that now?
No, just I want to have written and sent a letter before next session.
Yes, that is absolutely fine. Just check with me, Osei, what you put in that. You all are able to meet easy enough. As you all set foot into Ironcliff for the first time in a long time, you see exactly how much the city has changed. And now, if you don't like cliffhangers, I would suggest you leave here. You see that the streets are deserted. Especially the upper level, the merchant district. It is gone, it is closed. There are cables, these black wires everywhere, and all four of you now know what lies on the end of these. You've seen it. You've seen how they're supposed to connect to each other, to other things together. It is absent aside from tragediums. Not everywhere, just every so often enough that you stay on edge. Almost as if they're watching, waiting to roll in set pieces and props. You see one of them repairing something that had fallen into disrepair, propping up the two-dimensional stall just to make sure it fits. The people you do see out and about are scared. They rush from place to place anytime they find another person. They take wide berths to avoid them. It spreads by contact, doesn't it? Isn't that how illness is spread? You come into contact with their vectors in what is not a vector but another person. You don't have the heart to tell them that the other citizens of Ironcliff are not the ones who are infecting them. You find whole buildings closed down. Guards posted outside in breathing masks, bird-like, to make sure no one goes in that disturbs the ill. Occasionally you hear the wail of a widow who has been forgotten by her still living husband, or the cry of a child whose name has been forgotten by their parent. You can all find each other, and you recognize that much time has passed. Those you loved are still alive and are still around. However, this disease has progressed faster than you expected. Yuka, you do not know how the Lord Bestial and Lady Verdant fare. Cam, you know that your family is safe, if only because you saw them moments ago. My dearest adventurers, please discuss your next plan of action so I know what to plan for next session.
Yuka is going to like bull rush over to Fig and just shake him by the shoulders. You need to make contact with whoever it is that made you. I do not know their name. I do not know even the name of mine. Surely you see how dire this is.
Yeah, Fig's sort of just like taking it all in, and he's just like,
Jeffrey! Passivity is not an option anymore.
Right, right, right. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
She'll let him go.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, Lady Yuka. That's Oh, th- this looks real bad. I don't. I don't. I'm a researcher. I'm not a hero. I'm not a. This is. He, this is panic attack time. So for Fig, um,
She's gonna hold his hand, but she's also gonna bend down so she's eye level with Throgyn. And is going to effectively intimate the same thing.
mhm.
I do not know what they will do, but they are part of this. And you need to make contact with yours, and Cam needs to make contact with theirs.
How do I do that? How did you do it?
It takes a lot of spiritual practice. It felt very much like meditating and astral projection and communion with spirit all at once. But there should be, at the darkest, scariest, least comfortable part of your brain, there should be a pathway to something you don't want to think about, to a world that is so open and so vast and large. The idea of it could swallow you whole, but you need to go there.
Throgyn, why did the merchant know about the orb?
Yeah. I can't hear any of you, and I haven't been able to for like the past
No.
minute and a half, 2 minutes. So I'm gonna
No.
quickly
No, Throgyn.
leave and come back.
Yeah, go ahead. Bear with us, chat, as things very quickly get fixed.
Throgyn, say something. Anything.
Oh,
No, I
Throgyn.
can't hear.
There
Oh,
you
there
are,
you
there
are.
you are,
Hello.
there you are.
There we go. Yep.
Ah.
No.
Oh,
Cam, now
you're gonna
I've
make
lost your
my head
video. This is
explode.
unfortunate. Yeah, Throgyn, why did the merchant know about the wizard's orb?
Uh, could someone say something?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Okay.
Yep. We're up.
Everyone significantly less robots, so that's great.
Great. We love
You
less
are
robot.
to me. You are more robot to me.
Ha,
Oh.
no.
It's alright.
Oh, this is fine. This is
Everyone's
good.
back to robots.
We're almost done. Also, all of the nameplates are now incorrect, but that's fine. We're just rolling with it.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's not your
That's
fault. It's not your
fine.
fault, Rose.
That's okay. They should know who we are by now.
I hope so. No, I'm kidding. So,
The merch is.
the
Can
merchant
he
knows
just
about
faint?
the orb.
Can Throgyn just faint? Can he just jump? Oh,
Throgyn, if you start pushing at it, if you start thinking about it,
yeah.
what made you? What controls you? You watch as Throgyn goes stiff. And Throgyn, you are cold. There is nothing around you. It is nothing. It is not just an absence of something, it is something never existed here to begin with. Feather, I want 3 words of what Throgyn sees that created him.
Student. Person. Desires.
Throgyn, you understand that there is a person, a student with desires who created you. You also understand that they are so much more than that. But it is so much more than you are used to comprehending that you can't look at it all at once. What you can look at, what you can hear, is whatever they choose to tell you.
I want to make you happy. It's gonna be okay.
Throgyn, you hear this. And you can go back if you wish.
I think he stays.
Absolutely. Yuka, Fig, Cam, you all see that Throgyn has chosen to stay. Throgyn.
Is fixed. Is oh sorry.
No, you're fine. Throgyn, as you are in the space, you see a small thread. On one of your fingers, there's a thread. It starts this inky, like indigo blue, reflective like a feather. And the further it travels away from you, the more it turns into a moss green.
Into a what?
Moss green. You cannot see where it ends, but you are convinced there is something on the other side.
Throgyn tries to touch it to pull at it.
As you pull at it, Yuka,
Something.
you feel around one of your fingers the slight tug of yarn.
She's it's with the hand that ooh, no, I want it to be with the hand that's holding figs right now while he's having his
Sure.
panic attack.
Sure.
She's like has one hand pressed to his back and the other on his other hand and is just like looking at whatever he's using to ground himself. But she notices that the finger comes up and it's like without her control and she's like she's gonna look at Throgyn.
You get the very distinct sense that this is Throgyn doing it. You don't know how. Maybe you have an idea on how, but you don't know for sure how.
Girl, I for sure do not know how.
Understandable.
Throgyn tries to send something through the thread, like an emotion. Can he try that?
Yeah, of course. What emotion do you send through?
A kind of I don't have one singular word for this. A kind of horrified curiosity.
You feel this, Yuka. Not as if it's your own, but as if it is being shown to you. Often.
I think she has that. I think she has that like pang of. I remember my first. my first macabre curiosity.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
But is also like, okay, I know what's going on here, or I think I have an idea of what's going on here.
The other two of you. What do you do? What are you doing?
Well, Fig is taking deep breaths, and also if he was transported like as he was through the void, he was sitting down in the void, so I think he remains sitting down.
Sure.
Um, and I'm gonna say with if he probably still has his paper and everything else out. So his current grounding technique is basically like writing down every single thing that he can like um I don't know, probably like view, but it's like he is avoiding like writing down anything about the Dredger DMs because he knows that's gonna um maybe send him further. So it might just be like Yuka's hand lifting one finger, Yuka's hand on my back, the ground beneath my feet. There's stones beneath my feet. Beneath I'm sitting on stones. Um, and it's like it's a whole bunch of that because he doesn't Big doesn't like pray as like a meditative thing. Praying is like a whole like actual intent
Mm-hmm.
and active decision to do. So that's not something that he finds like meditative. Um so it's writing like copious amounts of notes
Yeah, of course.
is what Big is currently doing.
Rose. Not Rose, sorry. May. Do you, in this writing, wish to show something to Fig? Or tell something to Fig?
um Ooh, let's see. It might just be that like as he's writing down random sentences, that one of the sentences that he writes is the nothing it won't end in pain. And like that just like in the middle of blocks of like certain uh sentences that is just like very concrete things.
Yeah.
So this one abstract line is very like it takes Fig back that like he wrote that for some reason.
Yeah, of course. And finally, last but not least, Rose. Cam. What do you do?
Well, Rose missed a part of the description, but I got that Yuka wanted us to find our person
Pretty much, yeah.
and that it was meditative. So Cam's very actively trying to not think about anything, which is not going great because every time there's
Cam.
nothing, there's suddenly a thought.
Oh, Cam, no.
She looks over and she's like, meditation is not the mind going blank. It
Well,
looks different for everyone.
You don't know that Cam's trying to do that.
She can tell because the Lord has told her this many times.
Hey, Milktooth, Milktooth, you're driving yourself insane. Stop it.
Exactly. What you're looking at is child with ADHD meets other child with ADHD, but different ADHD.
I don't have it in my character sheet, but would Cam have something in the form of Feywild Adderall?
I think if you wanted to Goodberry up Feywild Adderall, you could.
Sure.
Yeah, you have some
I'll
then.
do that. Shove all of them in my mouth.
No.
That's a good idea.
Can I have a Constitution
You
saving
can't
throw?
take that many drugs.
Can I have a Constitution saving throw?
Can
Yeah,
Can Yuka Druidcraft Narcan?
Yes, you can.
Drip killer.
Being very loose with the
Nine.
druidcraft rules here. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I think I failed my Constitution save.
You watch as
Oh,
Cam
no.
just falls backwards. Bonk. Cam, you do get to where you're trying to go.
Oh no! Oh no! You're back to.
Oh no, I'm robots.
Cam took some berries. Cam is now falling on the ground. Cam is now.
Oh no 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 no! Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
Rose, can you hear me again?
I can hear you, but like the others are still robot-y.
That's fine. The others are just not going to
No.
talk for a minute. I'm so sorry. Cam, you fall back. You go unconscious. You do get where you're trying to go. And Rose, what does Cam see? Who does Cam see?
How many
maybe,
words did I have again?
a short description. I gave Throgyn a 3-word limit.
Oh no! I should have thought about this. A creative person who's stuck.
Cam, you get the very distinct sense that you are looking at a creative person who is stuck. There may be more.
Oh no!
You can't tell.
Could you speak up because you're robot-y again?
No, yeah, of course. Cam, you are looking at a creative person who is stuck. There may be more. You cannot tell. Do you say anything to
Are
Cam?
you still talking?
I am still talking. Hello.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so Cam is getting something from Rose, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay. Okay. So Cam, not so much in words, but just in vibes, gets something along the lines of, "You're everything I wish I could."
Oh. Oh, my heart. Oh,
Like,
my heart. Cam, you hear this. And when you look down at your hand, you see that there are 2 strings. Each is attached to a different finger. One turns from this lilac-y, dusky purple into this deep indigo, like a crow's feather. And the other string turns from this same dusky purple into moss green. Throgyn, you see a second string appear on your hand.
Can I touch it and send another emotion through?
Yeah, of course.
I send togetherness your way. A feeling of it's gonna be fine.
Cam, you get a very strong feeling of togetherness, of it's going to be fine, from the indigo colored thread. Yarn. I'm going to call it a yarn. And I think that's a good spot for us to end today. Unless Cam/Rose wants to do one other thing.
Can I don't know how this is gonna work like physically,
Yeah.
because I'm imagining the strings on my like actual hands. But I want to see if I can just tie the 2 of them together, like left hand and right hand.
Oh. I mean, in theory,
I
you
don't
can.
think that's physically possible.
What you could
Without
do,
like also locking my own arms.
so what you could do is you could basically sort of tie a knot, not necessarily the ends together, but you could tie like the middles together
Oh yeah.
in like one of
Yes,
those loop
I will
knots.
do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yes.
Both Throgyn and Yuka are going to feel like some tugging on those like on those yarns. And then you're going to all of a sudden feel that connection, and you're not sure why. But Throgyn and Yuka, you both simultaneously get a feeling of curiosity and achievement.
She'll pull the string just like doot doot.
When you pull doot doot, both you Throgyn and you can feel it.
In
However,
response, I also give a little
uniquely Throgyn, this comes through the purple yarn, not the green one.
Mm-hmm. As a response, I do it on both sides. Doot doot.
Yuka, you feel it twice. You don't know why, but you feel it twice. Cam, you only feel it once.
Cam's created is not a problem.
It's not a problem. It's just
Did
it's a solution that I did not expect.
does Yuka basically has like not Narcan, but like smelling salts available
Yeah.
to wake up Cam as
Yeah.
needed. But like gets the distinct sense that Cam's fine.
Cam's fine.
Cam's fine.
Cam's on
just
something.
Just OD'd on dexmethorphan. It's probably fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
IRL, this is
but
not fine.
Cam's built different. Okay.
This is not real. This is not real. This is not real. For Twitch reasons, this is jokes. This is jokes.
Cam rolled a nat 20. This is the only reason this is allowed.
But like looks could Yuka have looked down at what Fig is writing and looked at the part that like distinctly does not look like something he's panic writing?
Yuka, you see an empty space on the paper.
Fig.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yeah. Uh, uh, other than the fact that I really need a nap or something, but yeah, I for now. What
I know you are afraid.
yeah.
It's not a
I-
bad thing to be. Your virtue is not in question here. Often we must do the things we fear so we can live to see tomorrow. So take some time, but know that it is not infinite.
Yeah.
She'll give his hand a little squeeze and then she'll let go.
And I think that is where we are going to end today's session. I want to thank all of my lovely players for playing. This is unfortunately our last session of this calendar year. To those of you, first of all, there were some new people in chat tonight. Welcome in. I'm very glad to see you guys. Hi. If you want to keep up with our scheduling and figure out when we're next going to go live, because we do try and do every Sunday, unfortunately, we are busy this next month. And our schedules did not align. So our next session will be on I think it's the 12th of January, is what we just decided before the session. Yep, I think it's the 12th of January. So if you are interested in continuing the story with us, seeing where it goes, please, please, please head on back here that week. It's just over a month from now. Or if anything ever goes wrong, I do try and put our schedules up on my Ko-fi and on my Patreon. Both of those are at /Nalise. Both of those are fully free to access. You can access all of my posts, all of my schedules for free. The only things that have like a membership cost, if you want to call it that, is I have posted a previous PDF on how I run my session zeros, and I have in progress one page RPG, like TTRPG, that I'm going to post on that tier as well. Basically, if you like what we're doing here, go and follow the Patreon and the Ko-fi, completely free. You'll learn when we're doing things. Additionally, we do have a YouTube channel, or I have a YouTube channel that I put all of this stuff on with these 4 lovely people. That is Nalise RPG over on YouTube. You can catch all of our old VODs if you want to catch up to where we are now, see how we got to this weird meta 4th wall area. You can do that. I have unfortunately realized that I have exactly one gimmick when it comes to DMing, and I desperately need to break out of that for my session on Wednesday. Unfortunately, I was DMing in the wrong headspace. It's all right. We're solving it. So, with all of that being said, I'm going to give my lovely players a chance to promo things they want to promo, starting with our beautiful Sunny K, who plays Yuka.
Hi. If you are interested in downloading and supporting the music that goes into the stream, as well as other music that I created, you can check out my Bandcamp. It is Hey Sunny K, HeySunnyK.bandcamp.com. I should mention that right now, because the world is not sunshine and roses for a lot of folks, we're getting into a time when the weather is getting pretty nasty. So if you have the available funds to contribute to mutual aid and donation networks in your area to support people who are at high risk of, developing certain illnesses over the winter, or just not going to have as, vibrant and nice a winter season as you might, I would highly recommend donating there before sending any profits my way. If you are interested in causes that I personally have been supporting, I would highly recommend Doctors Without Borders, Médecins Sans Frontières. They're a highly reputable charity. If you've got the money to spend, I would highly recommend making someone's holiday a little bit brighter and a little bit safer by donating there first.
Good shout. Good shout, Sunny K. Yeah. Does anyone else have anything they want to shout out? May, Feather, Rose. Rose is the last name.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see us stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Nalise.
This is true. I always forget to do it in that order.
And if you're watching us on Twitch, go to youtube.com/NaliseRPG, I think.
Nalise
Yes, correct.
TTRPG.
No
Nalise
TT. No TT. Just Nalise RPG.
Nalise RPG. Nalise also guest GMs and DMs certain campaigns on Scoon's Tavern.
DM is copyrighted by Hasbro.
One day you might play D&D. I don't know.
This is true. Yes, I do play over on Scoon's Tavern. You can go there on Wednesdays at 6:30 Amsterdam time. Convert that into your local time zone at your own leisure. We play Avatar Legends, which is basically our role-playing game in the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's quite fun. Yeah. With that, I was looking for somebody to raid, and I did not find anyone to raid, unfortunately.
It just sounds like we
Give
need to stall
yourself.
for 5 more minutes because last time there were people.
Unfortunately, I do believe
I
that stream starts at 9, and I cannot stall for 35 minutes.
Yep.
That's fair.
But I always like to mention that our lovely little art that you see is from Rando's art that
Yes.
made all of our little character creators. We're in the wrong spaces right now, but they're around.
Yes, they are around. They are wonderful.
Oh, we should ask.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say we should ask if they have something else where we could find more of their art, because I'm just me as a person.
I tell you what, I will ask them offline because I do know one other social media they have, but I don't feel like just shooting people over there without at least getting consent first. So potentially
We
in
ask
future.
for consent before we shoot.
No, absolutely. Yeah,
So,
fair.
I'm okay. This is okay. So with all of that being said, I am going to move us into the end card here really quickly. However, before we do so, good luck. If your rolls are well, I hope you get a chance to have conversations with your characters, and for both of you to learn what you want out of it. I hope you get to play once more with feeling. See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Off Baratara, shining shores, fine sailing folk are we. The line between the sea and sky, our only boundary. On crashing waves and even tides, we'll navigate the sea. Steadfast our mission in our minds to keep these waters free.